ASL Season 2, Premier League, Round of 16.
It is our pleasure to bring you the final game, or series perhaps, of the night. This will be the losers final, and the winner of this series will go through to the round of 8 in the Premier League. Spawning in the top left, in pink, from Meepsy Go, we have
PandaPrime.
And down on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have a red player from a team with a pronounceable name. It is Triple T's.
Vandy.
And he is going for the hatch first versus the gas barracks, which will almost no doubt be a Reaper for PandaPrime, but he's not doing it at the wall off there. He's even already got the barracks rallied across the map, so I know it's a Reaper.
Yeah.
In addition to the gas.
Quite. Although with gas first, you often see a fast factory, but not today.
No. It depends on how first it is.
Yeah.
Kind of. If the barracks is going to be done, like at the time that he's got 100, you can kind of count on it. But it will be a Reaper this time around. And he looks like he's planning to just expand right behind it. Not a bad idea. We've talked about this map before, and the rush distance is a lot longer than it is on the majority of two-player maps. So you can be pretty good. I think it's a similar distance to like the far away station. It's pretty big, but because it did, of course, used to be a 4-player.
I'm looking at that.
Yeah, like it's pretty big. Yeah. I'm gonna get a tape measure. I'm sure somebody knows this. Like people always do that. They just time the distance. But this one's of course out of the pool. But it looks very similar to the same distance. So this Reaper poking up. He did just get the one and throwing the factory or the reactor down right after it. We'll get one drone. Yeah. Oh, he gets it right before he turns into a spore.
Reapers once again being chased away. Vandy showed some really excellent early game defense in the previous matches we saw against Armadorn, but it wasn't good enough in those games, and he ended up dropping down to the losers bracket, where he is now facing PandaPrime in a very similar situation. We'll have to see whether this Terran is able to cut the mustard, or whether Vandy will be able to advance over this new challenger.
Indeed. I mean, Vandy looked really good against Armadon, and Armadon obviously was very strong himself, but those games were definitely on a razor's edge. They could go either way. So curious how it will play out for Panda, who is being reasonably standard here with what he's doing so far.
And Vandy's just doing the same build that he's done almost every game. That being going for the hatch first, advancing into kind of mid-game gas, taking a third base. It's usually after 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, at some point between 7 and 10 minutes, depending on what he scouts, and getting the creep up nice and early with the defensive lings. Gas is about 5 minutes, all that good stuff. But this time we're not seeing the Evo wall just yet, so it's a little bit different to what we've seen before.
It looks like he will expand right about now, so he'll get it down.
Well, he
doesn't have the money, but he's got the drone there.
He's thinking.
He's showing the requisite intention to expand, but he keeps spending the money before he gets there, so it probably will be like 7:30.
He's getting there first.
Yeah.
Evos, yep. Hellions pushing out, catching that drone. So not only does PandaPrime know that Vandy was intending to expand, but it also managed to deny it.
Yeah, Banning Nest going down behind the mineral line of the natural. The two Eva chambers are up. But, got to be careful with these lings. They're kind of out semi-defending the queens, I guess. A little escort. And picking off one of those creep tumors.
It's a good little snipe. We see a lot of players neglect to snipe away the creep.
Yeah.
And
Queen's
it's
wandering
good to
off.
see that all of our Terrans tonight have been very, very adept in doing that.
I like this behind. He's got all the attention focused on what these Hellions are doing right up front, and this medevac is going to sneak around to the opposite side. And of course, he knows where overlords are and where they are not, and so he's able to avoid that. So he will drop into this top corner. And if everything gets pulled back to defend the drop, then you can expect these Hellions to just run in. So I really like how PandaPrime has planned this.
Have they been seen yet, though? They've been seen by the Overlord and the Creep Tumor, so it's not like this is a surprise, and therefore Vandy isn't going to be pulling back. He knows that this is coming. He's going to have to pull some forces, but even so, as the Hellions come... No, they're all coming, even though he knows that this is on its way. This huge Hellbat attack is being essentially allowed to walk it in.
Yeah, and 7 drones were killed down there, and there come the Hellbats going right after the Queens. Initially, there are so many of these. It is crazy. The Banelings trying to get some good connections here, but they're just not that efficient against that, and they do remain alive. And of course, if a Hellbat remains alive, in a few seconds, it's going to be full again with this medevac support.
There are 6, 7 Hellbats remaining, I think, and... killing off a spine crawler without even losing one over there, those 2 Hellbats. They're just sitting in the natural, taking a couple of Baneling hits, but it's not the way.
That's it. It's not killing them. And you have to kill them or else they just get healed back up.
They're like zombies. You have to go for the head. And you were seeing the Mutalisks are now on their way, only 3 of them, but they will be able to chase away medevacs and Hellbats simply by virtue.
Just roasting the rest of these drones here, going after one of the last Queens, able to take it out. And it takes, I mean, even these 3 Mutalisks, they're barely going to out-heal the medevacs.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh,
the drop
Lord.
micro, just picking up, dropping off. And there's still 3 left alive. Oh.
Roasting. The roasting.
The damage is massive.
My God, look at how balanced that is.
let's not get into balance here. Let's not get into balance here.
They're free. They're free Transformers. These Hellbats now just going directly after the lair. There's just nothing. There's 12 drones. 12 drones out on it, and he's got no minerals left. He's just on nothing.
So, Vandy has 15 drones left. And I know Lava are good, but are they 51 SCVs good?
So it's just continuing to get worse.
It is just into actual true Hellions now just chasing them down.
Yeah.
Oh!
2 more.
No! I can't believe he got those.
No, it's really bad.
Yeah, insult to injury. Right, in teal from Triple T, it's our Zerg player.
Vandy.
And up here on the top left-hand side of the map, opening up with a barracks and sporting a lovely soft mauve color, it is going to be Nyaz.
PandaPrime.
Honestly, Endo, it's Meepsy Go. Can't you remember that entirely sensible name?
Meep, meep. That's all I know.
Oh, dude, now I can just hear the Pingu theme in my head. Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm. So I think these cross spawns probably work to Vandy's advantage. This is probably the type of position he wants after picking this map. I imagine the reasoning behind this is to give him a little more space, and the cross positions definitely help out with that. His opponent is going Reaper first. Once again, we'll see if he follows up with a second this time around, or goes with just the one like before. I kind of bet just one. Oh, no, there will be more because he's making a bunker.
Yeah, he's getting that. Just in a suspicious. He's built it in the wrong natural. It's a bit of a tactical error there, but I wonder how he'll make use of this cunning ploy.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. He will see it now, and I mean it's still a far ways to go. He will pull drones off the line. 6 of them are coming. His pool is also completed, and he'll get for the one spine and just back off here. So one Reaper will ultimately end up getting in, but I don't think he's going to be able to stop the spine from going up, and Lings are coming out now. If he can get behind this Reaper, probably could be trying to go directly after the bunker itself right now, but almost trapping him.
It's really good to be honest. Getting this bunker down is very, very sneaky, and it's caused a drone pull. The SCV has been picked off, but the Reaper is getting plenty of time to even heal up whilst it's in its bunker, because that doesn't stop. And it's
it does deal with it.
It's cleaned up, but
it's cleaned up, but it's a pretty good tactic to do. It did force this early spine out. It forced a lot more Lings than he would have wanted to make this early on in the game. Almost trapping the Reaper there. Oh, the strong poke doesn't quite take him.
No, he gets out once again on 5 health, healing himself up. The Queen, I thought the Queen might have been going.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do it and be like, I'm going to kill her.
Hero Queen sprinting out and across. Going to run in, but immediately see the Queen and get himself out of there. PandaPrime actually only building a solitary Reaper, unlike his opponent, his former opponent, I should say, and Terran compatriot. Name of who was that guy that we just cast who did the greatest series?
Armadon?
Yeah, him! I knew it was an A.
Yeah.
Can't do names. Can't do names of players. I just remember the amazing... I remember the plays, but I don't remember the names. He always goes for 2 Reapers and then follows it up with Hellions. And Vandy did a really great job of defending those Reapers. So the fact that Panda is going for a solitary Reaper perhaps shows that he knows that he's not quite capable of dealing with it in the same way that Armadon wasn't. He didn't go for the... he didn't go for those big aggressive Reaper plays just out of safety. And he's therefore more able to macro up on his own terms behind it, which, as we see, he kind of is doing. He's getting stim, he's got 2 barracks, and is already getting towards starboard tech with his natural established very safely. And against the build of Vandy, with this spine at the front, with these Lings, we could even just be seeing something... Oh, what's he making? Okay, tanks. He's making tanks out of the factory.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we might have been about to see Blue Flame, Hellion, or Hellbat. But with tanks coming out, that seems less likely.
Yeah, definitely. If you're already investing in that, Baneling Nest and Evo Chambers are coming down. It's around the time that I definitely want to see a 3rd base from Vandy. We're getting past the 8-minute mark now, and he's shown no... he seems hell-bent on trying to kill this Reaper off before doing anything, but it keeps getting away with like 4 hit points left. Speed is about to finish, and he's going directly up to lair as well.
Sorry, I should have jumped in there, but I was momentarily distracted by the arrival of Sanguine in the chat, who was apologising for... Yeah, he's apologising for the delays. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like real life got in the way, but it's okay, Sanguine. It was. We understand. It's super.
It happens,
man.
Yeah,
it happens.
when your dad is gonna explain the birds and the bees to you, you have to listen. I'm gonna assume that's what it was.
When a mummy and a daddy love each other very much.
Yeah. The mommy injects the daddy.
Oh no!
And he has
I hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't. That's not how I saw it going.
No,
at all.
is that how that works? Oh, he literally killed the Reaper mid-air. That was awesome.
It is very cool. Yeah, 3rd base actually coming down for Vandy now. A little bit later than he normally likes to go for it.
Drop coming in here at the 3rd, and he will clean up, force it to pick up.
He's just going to drop back on the high ground. PandaPrime using and abusing the scenery.
Yeah, that one Marine didn't like the high ground.
No, you're getting an overlord for his money as well.
Yeah.
Actually, this is really obnoxious, but in the best way.
Gets his Marauder for free. We'll move up into the main, but there's 3 queens actually there. that are going to go to work on the medevac itself.
See the medevac picked off.
So that's a good pickup. He's just going to leave that guy alive.
One more. How much health on the queen?
If he kills the queen with this...
20 health, 15 health, 11 health, 6 health, 1 health.
Really? Really?
Hero Marine! You're now going for +1. Can the Marine get +1 carapace? I have to say, this seems more doubtful.
Yeah, probably. He's not going to be killed. Oh, he's going to get this drone. He even got another drone.
That Marine was really
best Marine ever. Yeah.
I think he probably killed more stuff than the rest of the drop.
That's it. I think he got he got like a laying a queen and a drone. Like he hit for the cycle on that. I get
he got a hatchery as well.
Yeah, exactly. He could. This Zerg force is going to be chased back. Just a couple of banelings here. They obviously don't have speed yet, although that is started. As is +2 a melee attack and +1 carapace.
Yeah.
Spire is already done as well. But starting muted production, but he doesn't really have a lot of minerals or gas banked up to really explode with the numbers. But we'll start that anyway.
It's not a very big Terran force pushing out at around the 12-minute mark, simply because of the losses already sustained and the slightly more unconventional build order of getting that tank and then switching back out that we've seen out of PandaPrime.
Yeah, he could do pretty well here.
Really
He's
nice
going to have
position.
to pick up, Baneling trying to come in. He did get actually target fire the Baneling down, which is good, but we'll lose the entire force here.
Yeah,
I
didn't
think
manage
he may have wanted to
to
pick
save
up
any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, once he got behind the mineral line, I think that was a good place to pick up as opposed to walking out. Fourth base will be coming down for Vandy, which I like. Was a bit later on the third, but as long as he gets an economy really going, I think he'll be okay.
But Panda's actually only now putting down the third base. So his opponent with a fourth in the works and 64 drones is going to be at a fairly significant economic lead compared to where the Terran's at. And that's could go pretty badly for him. He's got the mutants, he's got the banelings, and even though Vandy is spending as much of his money as he can at this point on army, that's kind of going to mean that PandaPrime has to get some very effective engagements to go towards this.
Yeah, for sure, and it's going to be hard to break in here. The creep is doing pretty good. He will pick off these banelings before they do complete, and the Zerg obviously reticent to really go off creep too far at this point, but Terran's going to have trouble coming onto it. And nice wrap around here by the Lings to try and wrap things in position, and I think the Widow Mines did more damage to Terran there than the Zerg in terms of cost for cost.
It nearly went the way of Panda, but in the end, just enough being traded for Vandy to kind of swing him still into that favourable position. And when a Terran's behind on resources lost to a Zerg, you know that something's not quite right. Yeah, definitely is true. Infestation Pit is already out, and immediately Vandy is going directly to Hive Tech. He's been working on the melee upgrades as well as the Carapace upgrade, so he's well positioned to move into Ultralisk at some point. Mutas haven't really gone across the map, harassed, anything like that, but they almost haven't had to at this point. I think he's still in a pretty good position here. And even just the mutas existing is going to force a lot of turrets out by PandaPrime. It's resources that he really doesn't want to be spending on those units as well, those buildings as well. He really doesn't want to be investing as heavily as he is.
2 Widow Mines just took out maybe a dozen something Baneling Zerglings.
No.
It was, he knew they were there to clear them out, but got a lot done. Not a huge deal, but still actually very cost efficient Widow Mines.
It's good to have those. It's possible to use just kind of surprise Widow Mines like the surprise High Templar, whereas if you put them on a watchtower, if you put them just kind of around somewhere, then they're able to actually get some quite good work done just by virtue of the surprise factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely the case, particularly if you just catch them clumped up like that. +3 attack is coming out for melee, as well as adrenal glands in the spawning pool already being researched at just before the 18-minute mark. And in terms of economy and tech and everything, this is a whole other gear for Vandy to be in right now.
Yes, he's so far ahead economically than his opponent. 3-3 to 1-1. 2-2 is in the works, but Zerg Zerg is supposed to be
behind.
Behind.
They're supposed to get stuck at 2-2 for a little bit while they get their hive tech up and developed, and he just blew right by it. It's amazing how he did get through that, and it was in the face of attempted aggression as well. So Mutas will come in now.
Fly in and do
I
some
almost
great
think
damage.
he's gonna
No way.
not
He couldn't pick
intentionally,
off.
but he's gonna try and trade a bit.
I would be amazed if he managed to pick off the eBays, but that would be such a
That
powerful
would be really
blow.
big.
Instead, he's killing off the
Just
add-ons,
Yeah.
which is very
Can also
standard.
be-
They're
it's
low health
also
and very
useful,
valuable.
yeah. Like, it takes so long to rebuild a reactor. You get the tech labs off and so on. That's annoying. But yeah, I agree. If it had been the engineering bays themselves, that's a huge step. I mean, that's a setback of like 3.5 minutes to try and redo those.
Yeah, as it is, +2 weapons completing now for PandaPrime, and +2 armor not too far behind, with +3 being started for those attack upgrades, and that's going to allow Panda to trade a lot more evenly than he has been doing as we move into what is really the late game, I should be honest. The Ultralisk Cavern is on its way down for Vandy, and the 5th base is just completed down towards the southwest. So, in a fairly real sense, it should be the late game, but as it is, they're using mid-game compositions and fighting in a very mid-game style, so it's quite an unusual game in that respect.
Yeah, this almost reminds me of... It's not, because it's a ZVT, but this is almost Lee Naki directly into Ultra and just stay low tech and not spend that much on your way there, so that when you do switch, you've just got so much money, you can make as many as you want. But of course, that tends to be done against Protoss, but he's getting it done with this type of army.
There we go. This bigling force is pushing across the map. Lovely pulling back. The Banelings all going off on Marauders, actually, so great absorption there. But there's still a whole bunch of them left.
Just so
this
much.
could come down to splits. This could all come down to splits.
Yep, the Banelings a little bit stuck in the back. They're trying to track down these Marines. And a lot of the Banelings next to these SCVs, but don't actually detonate.
I thought they were... I think at the end of that fight, I just saw a group of SCVs basically mugging and beating to death a solitary Zergling.
Yeah, basically. They were also just standing next to Banelings. There should easily be 10 dead SCVs there as well, but he stabilizes, but he's down into the fly.
A couple of units for PandaPrime tonight that have just gone above and beyond the call of duty, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. There's a huge Zerg force here for Vandy, getting ready to roll on in, checking up for the force, getting a pretty strong surround.
He was about to do it, now he is. Kind of the flank on the low and high ground from the Banelings here. Just driving them back, driving them back. He'll divert back to the third down.
Everywhere that PandaPrime tries to be, there are just units to intercept the forces. Vandy's everywhere. He's all over his opponent, and that Baneling surround. That was so good.
And behind all this, Ultralisks are on the way. They're going to come funneling across the map. 13 more Mutalisks are going to join the main force. He's got so much money, such control.
He spent the whole time just banking up money again and again, and Vandy, as soon as he lost his primary force, is able to remax on a super army rather than not just a replacement.
Yeah. I think the biggest question for this game is how many buildings will PandaPrime proxy behind Vandy's base?
Yeah.
Because that is really the key question and what it all comes down to. But down here in the bottom left-hand side, we do have in the fashionable mauve a player that showed us kind of the game of the league so far to me. Even though they lost, it is from Team Meep Meep Meep. It is
PandaPrime.
You made him sound like Roadrunner.
yes.
Me. And his opponent, the Zerg player across the map in the teal trunks from Triple T, we have
Vandy.
And yes, Lupine, I'll take that. I'll bet that I guess Panda doesn't bust out Banshees for 2 caster dollars.
I think I'd go with you.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I don't think that is what I would do in his standpoint, because it's such a risk to.
Yeah.
I mean, Azur can just drift an Overlord out if he's worried about that. So it's way more of a risk than against the Terran, who's not nearly as likely to check their own island third. But it's still possible. PandaPrime has shown himself to have balls of steel, and sometimes he even proxies those balls of steel.
He does do that. Does do that occasionally. And respond to chat. Yes, the roommate rage is real. Behind me is actually one of the players that is going to be in the Prime League in August, the groups of which have just been announced. So Newbergini is the guy swearing in Korean at his computer. The Reaper coming in, taking a poke at the hatchery here.
He's not just going to be chipping away, whittling it down as best as he can, but really it's more attention-seeking behavior than anything at this point.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
just
rewarded.
Going, look at me.
Yeah.
But, he nearly got a bit more than he bargained for there.
Oh, look, I like that Ling Regro, that he pulled back the damage one and tried to sneak him in, but then the Reaper knew what was up, and he still target fired it down.
See, what he was doing there was he was going in and he was like, he was hanging out in dangerous places and like trying to show off, and he goes home and his dad's like, stop doing that, but then actually he got mixed in with a bad crowd and then he got some trouble.
It happens. Don't you hate those Reapers with their drinking and loose women? and whatever.
Smoking behind the bicycle sheds at school.
It's ridiculous.
They do seem like the type, to be fair.
Yeah, totally. Totally do. It is going to be a tech lab on the factory, and Starport is actually right next to it. Nope. Canceled.
Ooh, change of plan.
Where the hell's that going? I don't know where that's going.
I'm a bit confused by that one.
I have no idea. I think he's waiting for the 2 Marines to come out and he's going to switch. Okay, this makes sense, I guess.
Hellbats again?
Maybe, yeah. It's starting up 2 Hellions
Viking,
at least.
Yeah.
Viking up.
Yeah.
And of course, that Overlord did, I think, get to see that a tech lab was starting. So maybe he's going to make his opponent think that, Banshee could be coming out, or at least a tank composition could be coming out. But no strong reaction from Vandy along those lines yet. If he even noticed that in the first place. Yeah.
I don't think he has done necessarily. Just going straight up to lair at the time that we see him go up to lair every time, the third base will probably be on its way in the near future, or it's possible that the Evos will come down and we'll see a path more towards Mutalisks, because Vandy has in the past demonstrated a predilection towards a kind of more Mutalisk rush based style, which is what I remember him from in the initial Rada 32. That's it.
Yeah. He is getting Spore Crawler in both of his mana lines, so he may have saw that and said, yeah, I should do this. A Viking able to pick off one of the Overlords here, and is just going to be attack moving around the map, probably looking for more. What? SCV pull.
Really?
Yeah.
A full one.
So brave. So brave.
The man's a hero.
He really is. Yeah, he's definitely willing to take these risks, and he's going to catch these lings all kind of coming back here. And he's catching them while a baneling nest is being built, while the spire is being built. He's starting a spine crawler at his natural, but that's not going to get up nearly in time. I don't think.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Everything's going to come and try and do this. The SCV's not even fighting, just blocking for these troops, while the
that's incredible.
This is amazing. An amazing call by him. He is just clearing everything out, and he's absolutely broken them.
There are 2 Hellbats left, but there are...
The only thing really left are the queens, and this spine may get up. It will, in fact, get up. Vandy is broken, and he is through. Amazing call, amazing time. Amazing.